simmer. And you stir the pot how often?
Well, like now I came in after a half hour and stirred it.
Now, do you do just a gentle stir, or do you try to actually move everything around,
No,
get everything off?
I move everything around.
You try to make sure nothing's sticking on the bottom.
Around. But when you have it simmering at this pace, it's not going to stick.
Now, the only problem with the videotape is you can't smell what's going on here.
How does it smell?
Well, it's you know, the smell of the olive oil and the garlic and the tomatoes. It has a slightly acidic, a little pungent, you know, it's the smell I remember from Sundays growing up. I mean, this is what Sunday smells like. You know, when you're a little kid, you know, you think of things that way.
It's bringing back memories then, which is good.
Yeah, you used to make a red sauce every Sunday.
Almost every Sunday, yes.
Growing up, and you'd also have a meat course, either a pork roast or a roast beef, you know, chicken, something like that.
Yep.
I remember, like, Thanksgivings, you'd always make a lasagna along with a turkey, and you'd make this huge lasagna, and when Gail first started dating, she'd get all excited, she'd eat the big piece of lasagna, and then all of a sudden a turkey would appear, and she wouldn't know what to do with herself because it was too much food.
She's lucky because if my mother was alive, we'd start off with a soup.
Oh, really?
First you'd have like olives and, you know, like a little antipasto. Then you'd have soup. Then you would have the macaroni part. Then you would have the turkey. Then you would have nuts and fruit and dessert. It was really an eating orgy.
Yeah, I used to make a lot of food, too. We always used to say as a kid, you're cooking for an army, you know. Well, all your sisters did. Aunt Madeline did the same thing.
Yeah, and Angie, too. But you know what it was? People would come in and you'd sit down and you'd eat. You made sure there was enough all the time in case you got unexpected company. In those days, we were more relaxed. People didn't have to come over. They just used to come.
Would show up.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And it was nice.
Who was the best cook of all your sisters?
I would say Aunt Angie.
Really?
Yeah.
What did she do really good?
Well, she cooked a lot like my mother did, you know, being the oldest.
And
she made very good sauce, spaghetti sauce. And she, you know. But the best baker of all, believe it or not, was Aunt Gracie.
Really?
Yeah.
So tell me the names of all your sisters.
Oh, it starts Aunt Angie, Madeline, Fanny, Rose, Grace, and myself.
And you were the youngest. And who are your brothers?
Anthony, Joe, John, and James. An army.
And who?
It's an army.
Oh, an army. Oh, yeah. And your father's name was
Joseph.
Giuseppe. Continanzi.
Yes.
Now spell that for me.
Continanzi.
Okay. And your mother's name was?
Isabella.
And what was her maiden name?
Bassetti.
How do you spell that?
I believe it's Bassetti.
And where did they come from originally?
They came from, don't ask, Tursi.
Okay. Is that southern Italy near Naples?
Yeah.
Okay. So they were Napolitans.
Sort of.
Sort of. Oh, okay.
A lot of Daddy used to say it was more Calabria than Naples, but I wouldn't know.
Well, next time we go, we got to visit that town.
Yeah, you know that once Uncle Angelo wanted to bring me the first time I went to Italy, but there wasn't enough time. So.
You might have relatives there still.
Well, if they are, it's only cousins, distant
Yeah,
cousins.
yeah. I'm sure. But you probably do have a...
Probably, yeah. Because they all had big families, so.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Did they keep in touch once they came over?
Oh, yeah. My mother used to hear from them a lot. And then, in fact, Dad went there once to visit them for us.
Oh. So they came over when?
They didn't come over.
No, I'm saying your parents. I'm sorry.
Oh, God, I don't know.
You don't remember?
You have the passport.
Yeah, that's true. I could look at the passport.
Yeah.
Okay. And did they establish in Far Rockaway?
Well, what happened was my father came first.
Mm-hmm.
He was a young man. Went back, married my mother, and brought her back. And they lived in Rockaway Beach. You know, not far, maybe 10 minutes away from where that crash was.
Really?
Yeah.
The recent airplane crash.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
And
Okay, we were talking about where your family settled.
okay. We were all born in Rockaway Beach, except one sister, my sister Grace. Because my parents went back to Italy to visit my grandparents, and he went with 7 children. He came back with 8 because they stayed over a year.
Wow.
But she came back, she was an infant, so she was still my dad. So
Used to tease her about
we
that?
always tease.